huge shout out to my buddy Peter. He's the one that took out the wheel locks from all 4 wheels. I could never find the wheel lock, so he ended up drilling them out. So thank you so much, dude. I definitely appreciate it. I know I still have to pay you back by getting you drill bits and some tacos as usual. So the move is I'm gonna go over to my mom's storage or garage, so that way I can do it there freely, check up the car, change the brake pads, and yeah, I really enjoy driving this car, so it's always fun. And then hopefully that brake lining little light goes away, because that's I think the reason why it's on right now. So it should be pretty fun. Alrighty, we made it to the storage, my mom's garage, aka so yeah, gonna jack it up, and it should be a pretty straightforward install. And then I'm gonna check the brake fluid as well, just to make sure that it still has enough. And the brake pads that I'm going with, they're from a something Euro, FCP, I think, CP Euro. Armando was kind enough to look for it for me, because there were so many different options. He found it in 2 seconds, so he's like, this one's full. So go with this one's from brake pads, put new bolts, and hopefully we don't run into any minor issues, because a long time ago I felt that, you know, I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but there was like a feeling like it was time for brake pad replacement. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the wheel off, check up the car, and yeah, should be pretty. What do you call it? The car seats covers. So I hate to admit it, but I don't know where to jack it from the front. So I'm like, I don't want to hit anything, so I'm just gonna do it one side at a time. Shouldn't be too bad. Old car, man. So if I'm not mistaken, it's literally simple like a Honda. So we'll undo the bottom one. Hopefully the caliper slides up, change the brake pads, open up the piston, and then this side seems to be not leaking any brake fluid, but I did notice that the car's leaking a lot from power steering, everything. So it definitely is leaking a lot of oil from everywhere. It looks dry from up here except for some areas, but the car runs good. It's one of those things where if the car keeps running, I gotta check the fluid. I haven't checked the fluid in a bit, but yeah, let's take off these brake pads and all right, fun fact, I didn't know there's a little bolt on top right here that you have to hold it. I use these pliers, so as you're holding it, then you can loosen up the bolt. I kept just twisting it. I don't know why it wasn't coming out. Okay, and then first brake pad came out. It doesn't look super worn out, but it doesn't throw me as healthy. So I'll take the other one out. I mean, it looks a little rough. I mean, it has plenty of life, but it's okay. So it's good to replace them. So we're that. New brake pads. I'm gonna clean the surface a little bit. Well, I say it doesn't look worn out, but I mean, once you compare it to the new one, it is pretty worn out. So, okay. good. All right. All right. Another thing that I wanted to do when I'm here is test M7s. So I'm gonna do it on this side. I don't know if these lug things will go on the wheels, but I'm gonna try it out and see if it works. Check clearance for the brake, check clearance for the shock, stuff like that. So let's test it out. Let's see. I don't have the adapters yet, so it's not gonna be the best of reading, but I think I can sit. Okay, so definitely the inner barrel is hitting on the shock. I am thinking about going with a 1-inch wheel adapter, so that's definitely gonna push the wheel out a lot more. But just looking at the top, it's not gonna work. I don't think it's way too aggressive. So the M7 idea, I don't think is gonna work. So that, I mean, it's not sitting 1000% flush, but still. I wish it looks so clean. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. I mean, I don't think it's gonna hit inside. This is good once I get the adapter, but what do you guys think? Should I still pursue it? I knew one of the brake pads had a sensor, but I wasn't sure which side. So, is this one? Okay. Now how do you take this off? There's 2 clips. Okay. The sensor itself looks good, so hopefully we don't run into issues. Let's check it. It's amazing at the different type of technology that people decide to do. Hondas have a little tiny little metal piece where once the brake pad, you know, wears out, starts making that screeching sound. And this one has this sensor, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, for 1985 especially. So you put these 2 little tabs, you pull them down, and then that's how you're able to take out the sensor out. Yeah, crazy how BMW is always ahead of the game. Let me see. Calipers are good. The pistons went back, no problem. I mean, as you guys can tell, the control arms are shut. They're done for. I thought that we were leaking braking fluid, but it seems that the lines are okay. It's just leaking from a whole bunch of other stuff, so that's why. But the first time I took the wheel off, I was like, oh man, I'm leaking. But it may be some other type of fluids, man. Yeah, it's rough. But it's a 30-some-year-old car. I mean, what do you expect? No. All right, so second step is we're gonna try out these seats. Brake pads is good. I texted Armando. I'm like, hey, how come the brake light sensor didn't go off? And he was like, oh, because you need to replace the full sensor. I guess it shorts out once you know, it makes contact with whatever. It's like, oh. One of the real 10 ones, but I think I got sent the not so 10, which is okay. Open it up all the way. I think whatever I get, it'll be much better than what I have. Okay, I like the feel of it. Let's start off by taking out the old ones. Obviously not the perfect fit since they're universal, and these ones are, I think, the sport seats or something like that. So they're not the OEM, just simple ones. So obviously it's trying to mold into whatever the seat is, but it doesn't matter. Once I sit, it'll be fine. I mean, fit me on the bottom seems okay. I'll take it. We'll take it. I am gonna register for the warranty. I mean, the feel of it seems pretty good, but I'll take that. I gotta look into this one because sometimes it opens and sometimes it doesn't want to open. I think it was hitting. See, get stuck. If I get stuck. Think it's good again. All right, I got sidetracked because this door wouldn't open, and then it worked for a little bit, and then the handle broke. So I'm like, all right, let me start looking into it. I know it's just really difficult to pull it, so I'm trying to figure out how to take this thing off. There's two more over here. All right, guys, let's finish up the video on what not to do. I was messing with the handle. This is fine. It goes on top of this like that, but I broke the handle from the interior. So what I did, I grabbed a whole bunch of, you know, these little holders that hold these little things, and I snugged it in here. So it's not the prettiest, obviously, but the door wouldn't open before. Now it does. I also need clips for the bottom because I broke some putting the door panel back in, but I don't think that's a big issue. So yeah, what do they say? It's not stupid if it works. I mean, it's black, so that's good. It just looks weird. Alrighty, car is sick. Let me load up everything in the back. The M7s are not gonna work on this car. I don't know why. I just have a feeling, based on just mocking them, I was like, it feels like they're gonna poke out a lot. Unless I magically, you know, full on do camera front, but I don't think it'll work. This thing needs to be clean though. It's been raining in Southern California off and on, but brakes are good. I'm gonna buy the sensor. The sensor's like 10 bucks, so it's not really expensive. I thought it was weird though that you have to buy a new one every single time. I thought it would just reset, but it's okay. Other than that, it felt good to know exactly where my tools were since I cleaned up very recently. And yeah, let me know, what do you guys think? Lower and paint the wheel silver and silver thing. I've gotten some offers for it, but none of them that I, you know, I think are really you know, worth it. I think the car definitely does need a lot of work. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I just, it's one of those cars. The grill, I haven't got around to it. I gotta spray it black. Little things, you know. But hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and let me know what you think about the seat covers, man. They're not the greatest, but I'm okay with them. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.